Yeah, they pump out the blood, don't they? Even though it's
Oh
plasma
yeah,
balls.
C
Oh.
really good for that. They really gush it out.
See, the guy in the old graphics, he looks like a Star Trek dude. And
He
then
does.
He does.
the new graphics,
Yeah.
he looks like
Oh wow.
yeah, he looks like a...
pin. I think his arm's a little.
They're coming in fast.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that elite really did a number on him.
Yeah.
So,
Right on top.
Oh man.
Look at his dead face, Krysta. His mouth open. He's sad. He's not a happy camper.
Is his head even attached?
Our duty is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
welcome Spartans to Mission Debrief's 20 for 20. We've played every Halo mission, and now we're going to rank the 20 best for the 20th anniversary of the franchise. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by David Arnold.
Hey everybody.
Matt Salvatore.
Ahoy, ahoy.
And Krysta Brown.
What do you mean you're making me play Halo again?
All of them.
Just the
All
top
of
one.
No! We're
Just the
redoing
best
the
of the
entire
best.
series.
We polled the Podcast Evolved community in our Facebook and Discord servers to come up with a list of the best Halo missions ever created. They helped us narrow down the list to 20, which you can check out on halopodcast.com/20 for 20. Our crew will co-op each mission in release order, experience everything we can in the mission, and then rate the mission based on a number of categories: gameplay, level design, difficulty, and storytelling. We'll assign the mission an overall score after our playthrough, and then use that as a baseline to rank them against each other once we've played through everything on the list. If you enjoy the series, let us know your thoughts by commenting on the video, giving us a like, or subscribing to the channel. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. So, Krysta, what game are we playing today?
We are playing Halo.
Oh,
From Halo
Halo?
I love that game.
Evolved.
I love that.
Oh man, Halo! Wow,
The Halo.
what a
this
great
is the
selection.
first, like, Pill of Autumn's good, right? But, like, this is the mission.
This is the mission.
This is the moment.
This is
we
the
all think
boots
about,
on the
right?
ground.
Oh, I like it.
Booties on the
Yeah.
All right, well, we're excited, so let's boot this baby up and get going.
What a
You
great
blinded
sound.
by its majesty.
I am so blinded by its majesty.
Oh.
Wow, are you the guy that does the singing? Wow.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's
I-
Salvatore.
Wow.
I do love the little helpful hint it gives you. When using a plasma pistol, hold down the trigger to charge a powerful shield
Right.
dropping bolt.
What?
Thanks.
I've never tried.
Thanks, Halo.
David, how many times do you think you played this mission?
Oh my god, Colin. They don't have a number big enough, I don't think. I've played it so many goddamn times.
Ooh.
This is where Chief kills everybody.
Yeah, what a
Yeah,
dick.
he just
It got
bounces
dark.
around inside that thing, murdering everybody.
Chief, can you hear me?
Yeah. R.I.P.
Alive. Are you alright?
R.I.P.
Yeah, what an intro, huh? What an intro cutscene.
Yeah. It really sets the mood, to be honest.
Losers.
Look at these three guys who made it just
There it
enough.
is. The ring.
Oh,
Yeah, hot diggity.
Blinded by its majesty.
Yeah.
Chris, to change the graphics real quick. Get a bit of that.
Look at this
Get a bit-
ugly green.
Holy
Holy shit. There's like,
Matter?
what color's grass? Ah, just make it just fucking green.
They
That's
tried
like
their
the
hardest.
The graph plays. Yeah, I think
Fake
it's the,
lawn green.
Yeah.
You know that screensaver on your computer? Just make it look exactly like that.
Jeez.
Go check out that waterfall. I want to see that beautiful waterfall.
Ooh, you want to see some water?
Ooh.
Wow, that's just so different.
What triggers the banshees? How far up do you got to get?
I think it's a timed thing. I think we're
Yeah,
gonna get a.
everything's timed.
That or it's you're halfway across the bridge or something.
It could be that too. I want to feel like the dropship is at least gonna come. No, if we
Yeah,
the
there
dropship
Oh,
down.
there it is. As up.
It's great. Just gives you this big playground just to mess around with.
Mm-hmm.
But it allows you to soak in like what you're doing. You're like, whoa, I'm on the
Yeah,
thing.
it like really explains. I mean, that the image of just the ring in the horizon is really kind of what sells it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also a really nice little change of pace because the level before this is a tight corridor,
Yep.
and then
Your
boom,
standard
you're, like,
FPS game.
opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just opened right up. Yeah. Careful,
Those
Krista. There's like
headshots.
3 of us in here now, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
okay. Yeah, I got like
Work hard-
3
work hard,
extra
Tana.
AIs in my head. The hell?
Well, I'll write in your head, Krista. David, you take Matt.
I can take that.
Okay, perfect.
I'm totally gonna lead us astray. Yeah, that's the way you go in the library. Yeah.
Oh, please don't. Guilty Spark even says, like, what the fuck, you're going the wrong way sometimes.
Yeah, there's the
Won't
sheets.
even tell me.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you have to
kill
cross
this
the bridge.
Banshee with only a pistol.
That's the way to do it.
The CE pistol.
So mad.
The ultimate.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
ultimate pistol.
The Forerunners were wrong when they said the rings were the ultimate weapon.
It's the pistol, yeah. This Magnum, whoever the hell made that.
Woo!
Beautiful.
The other one get away?
No, he's right
Nice.
there. It's gonna
Look
run
at that.
now.
It's like an
He's gonna
unstoppable.
leg it now, though.
jump.
Oh, we got him. There we go.
a nice
work.
explosion.
It's satisfying.
I
Why
wanna
don't you take a
sprint
picture?
So bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. Oh no.
you are sprinting. Look how
Yeah.
fast
How
you're.
fast I'm going, wow.
Look at my legsies, Chris. Look at my legsies.
Woo, you're going so fast.
Hey, has anyone actually ever like raced Kelly in Halo 5 with any of the other Spartans to see if
I don't
she's
think anyone's
faster?
going to race Kelly.
Oh no.
Sounds
I
like
doubt
that.
they
That
did
sounds
that.
like
I don't
no one's going to
think
have a
they did.
fun time except Kelly.
It would be cool if she had like an infinite sprint or something. I think.
Yeah.
Do you have infinite sprint in Halo anyway? I might.
In 5 you do, not in 4. 4's time.
That makes no difference really.
The grunts.
Beautiful grunts.
I mean,
the-
they added the mechanic where grunts are. Well, I guess they included the mechanic where grunts are fine when the elite is alive, and then when you kill the elite, that's when they panic, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well,
I remember being so impressed with that back in the day. Of like, oh wow, like just seeing the enemies react and change
Yeah.
their behaviors. It always got me.
yeah, and if the biggest guy in your team's taken out, you're like, well, cut and run. This is probably my favorite Forerunner structure in all of Halo. Is this beam emitter?
It is cool.
It's so awesome.
I love the firefight map that they brought in.
Yep. That's where I hang out most of
Yeah.
the time when I do firefight.
It's great.
So this is where we see. Oh,
There goes Johnson.
but he's not Johnson in this game.
Krista
right?
being Krista? Not officially, I
had
don't
to do it
think.
once. Come on.
He's just the sergeant.
The sergeant
Yeah,
model.
I should have
Yeah.
bandana on. What was I thinking? Now we have ammunition? What?
What kind of pleb has ammunition, Krista?
I just like screamed. Wow.
Yeah, because he saw you coming.
It's like, oh Jesus, that shit kills
Mad
people.
Spartan. a bunch of dropships in this spot, isn't there?
Yeah, there's like
loads,
more.
yeah.
Halo's Krysta's the Darth Vader of the Master Chief. You don't know if she's gonna kill your own team.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to be evil.
Anakin Brown.
You chose poorly.
Take the high ground, Krysta.
High, jeez. I saw what happened to the last guy who didn't take the high ground. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
He got real low after that.
Yeah.
Look how big this space is here. Like, it's so big.
Isn't
It's
it?
so unnecessarily big.
Right.
It is
Yeah,
a
like
little
it-
unnecessarily.
If this was modern, there'd be another objective at the end that you'd have to go use. You know, like, but it's just so massive. Like the objective's really close. You'd think they would have moved the beam emitter down a little more, so you had to walk a little more to get to it.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
Such awesomeness.
Oh, man, this 60 clip assault rifle.
Yes.
Oh, that's
dope.
the way.
Yeah, man.
Is it a clip or a mag? I think it's a mag.
It's the mag, I guess. I don't believe for a second that it actually contains 60 bullets. It's way too small. Like, they must be the tiniest
must
little
be
bullets
super
coming
big.
out of it.
It's the future. Exactly. Although as Halo progresses, the guns can carry less ammo.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
And so can you. Less pockets.
Remember when you used to be able to carry 8 grenades?
Yes.
The good days. In Halo 5, you can carry what? 6? That's not too bad.
No.
The 2 of each.
Oh, if you're doing the other grenades. Well, Lock can sometimes carry 3 frags.
Oh, interesting.
Shit.
Must be some Oni shit.
It's gotten real. The music's kicked in.
Dun. So much iconicness was born here.
It's true. Look at the design on that Elite. We're playing a new graphics though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks Reachish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
they
They
used
did
a lot of
kind
the
of.
Reach aesthetics when they remastered. I think they were just using the old assets to make it.
But it makes sense, kind of, too, being the
Look at
fact
this
that it's
guy's Apple
supposed to
Watch. Wow.
game lead right into the game.
I wonder how many steps he took.
I know. I gotta check his Fitbit.
Are there bodies here?
There are.
Marines? Oh, there are. Yeah.
Yeah.
His head's not around. Oh, there it is.
I actually don't mind the OG design for the Marines. I kind of like those plates
Yeah.
instead
do
of
too.
like, yeah. It
I
just
think they overdid it a little bit in the remaster.
Yeah. I wish they had kind of incorporated a little bit of.
Jesus, look at all the blood. Holy shit, what happened up there? My god. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, they pump out the blood, don't they? Even though it's
oh,
plasma
yeah.
bolts.
See,
Oh.
really good for that. They really gush it out.
See, the guy in the old graphics, he looks like a Star Trek dude, and
He
then
does.
He does.
the new graphics,
Yeah.
he looks like
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he looks like a.
Pin. I think
Look,
his arm's a
more like
little.
They're coming in fast.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that elite really did a number on him.
Yeah.
So-
Right on top
Oh
of
man.
Look at his dead face, Krysta. His mouth open. He's sad. He's not a happy camper.
Is his head even attached? Ugh.
Alright.
That's
we get
why
the
this is.
Warthog yet?
Yeah, it's just it just gets dropped off.
It does take a while to get this Warthog. He's just gonna wander around like, okay.
Echo 419.
I'll drive if you want, Krysta, or would you rather shoot?
It's up to you.
Here we go.
There she is.
There
Hey,
she
you can
is.
actually see her.
Hey, buddy.
We love
She's
you.
never animated at all in the old graphics.
Oh wow, yeah, there's nothing at all there. I never really copped that in the new graphics.
Echo 419 going on station.
She's so
I'm
good.
gonna save you. I'll save you, Bowhammer. The Covenant won't kill you if I kill you.
That's right.
You can't die later if you die now.
It'll save us a lot of pain.
right.
I have to say, I do love the Pelican dropship design. I've always loved it. It's such a nice.
It
it's
always
good.
crashes, so
Yeah.
it's not that good.
Yeah, they all. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's in their nature.
all right,
So you're
guys,
not going to
are
go
you
for
ready?
the skulls. It's understandable, but you can't go up there to get the skull.
Did you guys know that this cave isn't a natural formation?
Oh, we're gonna
thanks,
about to
madams.
learn.
Wait, there it is. Look at that lovely piece of text. Look at it. It's so famous.
Thanks, Court.
I've hacked into the Covenant
No,
battle.
really.
Yeah, this definitely looks like it could be a natural formation.
On unencrypted channels. We should show them who they're dealing with.
Drive, drive, drive.
I'm going to use your super.
Look.
How much crashing did you do in this?
Oh, so
I'm so used to the driving now, but
The twin stick
Oh, look at
driving is great.
There's the
the
terminal.
terminal.
Give it.
Don't do the terminal.
No,
No.
these playthroughs are gonna be really long if we're watching all the terminals live.
That's a
Whee!
guilty spark terminal.
I know, I love them
Oh,
so much.
that wasn't supposed to happen. Edit that out, Matt. Edit that out.
Oh. Make him look like
Even
he's
better
a really
at-
good driver.
Yeah.
I love this little part too.
Yes,
Cool.
this is
When
awesome.
you finally get to just gun down. You realize
Yeah.
Oh, I just.
Do you guys remember the first time you encountered an Ultra with an energy sword and he just came charging at you
No,
and
and
you're
you're
like, what
just
the hell
like
do I do?
shitting your pants. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
alright.
What the hell am I
Did you
doing?
guys, before
like-
you guys knew the names of the enemies, he was just sword guy, right?
Sword
That's
guy,
like
gold
universally,
guy,
that's
blue
what
guy,
everyone
red
called
guy.
him, yeah. It's like red guy, blue guy, sword guy, shield
Yep.
guy,
Grunts were always
little
grunt,
guy.
right?
Yeah,
I think
grunts
they
were grunts.
say grunt. Alright.
Now, from the moment I played it, Krysta, I was always calling him by saying Healy, Jirohana. I have that
Right.
down.
They didn't have names.
Actually, I started my first Halo game that I played was Halo 3, so
Oh, so
there
you
was a
already
lot
knew
of.
everything. Now, back
I
in
didn't
my
know. I
day,
didn't know
we
what the hell. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know what the hell was going on in Halo 3. I'm like, what?
Oh, now we get to watch the best cutscene ever. It's my favorite.
I
Right.
remember getting the game manual for Halo 2 and not understanding, thinking it was in some kind of weird language, not understanding that was the canonical language for the aliens. I was
Oh.
like, what the hell is wrong with this manual?
That's funny.
This isn't in Irish.
It's
Yeah.
written-
Which is another gobbledygook language.
Sanskrit, yeah, it's just.
Look at that light bridge.
That is
Oh.
the best cutscene in all of Halo.
Is it technically a hard light bridge?
It's a hard
Yeah.
light bridge.
Yeah. Well, it's like the shields that you can do in Halo 4 are hard light shields.
Yeah.
Super hard and very light.
Hence the name. I like it.
How much longer does this mission go if you... Is there an achievement for not using the Warthog or running the whole way?
On this
Oh.
Is it this one?
actually.
I think there is. It might be this one that you just walk it. It's like
You've already
achievements like that is
traversed a
fun.
long ways.
You
Yeah.
do. Like when you walk this, you're just like, ah, shit. The Warthog was actually super helpful.
Right.
I remember the first
Oh.
time I drove across that, I thought it was going to be like slippery for some reason, so I'm like, go
Like,
slow,
go
go
slow.
slow.
Yeah.
Like in Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate how they mirrored the other side for no reason because there's
A
no
lot
enemies
more
over
crew
there.
made it off the Autumn than I
It's just copy paste
The captain
and right.
really
You know,
did
it's
the
easy.
It's video
it's
games.
fine.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
copy paste. What the hell?
Yeah, we'll have them go.
Control Z.
We'll have them go through the same spot just backwards. They'll never know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
But that's all
exactly.
of CE. It's just like, what if we took the level and we just did it backwards? Do you think they would notice? Nah, they'll never notice.
Put some green paint on. It's
Ah,
fine.
shit. Just
Change
add a couple
change
more
it from dark
enemies.
to day to night, and they'll never
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
'Cause, like,
Just
half
move the
mission
sliders
is-
around a bit.
Reunion tour. I love
Like,
that.
It's this level in Truth and Reconciliation and the library in Gilderstark, and then everything else is just the same mission. 'Cause even Pillar of Autumn, you get the Maw,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you get
Mhm.
you get the Assault on the Control Room twice.
2 betrayals. Yep.
Yeah, you get.
Yeah, that's a good point. You never revisit this one.
You get Truth and Reconciliation.
Or Silent
not
Photography.
yeah, Truth and Reconciliation. You get twice.
Yep.
So you go right first, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Into
You
the
monster.
rocks.
Yeah, yeah. It's
love
my
See, I
favorite.
always save this one for last.
Me too.
Really?
I
Oh, no, I
always
saved-
I always saved the.
Yeah, I
one
saved
where
this
you
one for last.
Rescue people for last.
You
Oh,
rescue people in all of them, I thought.
You
Well,
do,
the
yeah.
big
I know
one
what
where
chicken stuff.
where the pelican drop.
I
Or I
usually
guess they
go
all-
for the structure one.
They all
for-
pelicans.
Yeah, the structure one. That's the one I'm
The
talking about.
structure.
The big.
There you go.
Yeah. The big one.
Not the
The
one with the
people.
hill.
Whoa,
There's
whoa,
two
whoa.
structures.
Oh, it'll do it.
Just the one where you go in it, okay?
Not
The one,
not
Colin.
this
Jeez.
one.
I think we need to go in and talk to these guys, actually, don't we?
I don't
I'll go
wanna-
in trigger.
Yeah, you do.
You stay there. You
Go
chill
over
out there.
Oh, do we want to just chill here?
You chill there. I'll be
Is there
back in a
sniper over
sec.
here? I want to pick one up. For research purposes.
Research purpose. Let's go.
There we go. For research.
Ooh, I'm excited to
guys.
see Krysta snipe. Snipe the enemy, not the Marines.
Are you sure? Because this guy's looking a little sus. I'm looking
Just
at him and I'm
Colin.
thinking, you know what?
Well, if you kill everybody, Cortana goes, "There's no survivors.
I know,
go to
she's
the
like
next
super
checkpoint."
disappointed.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, you didn't
Yeah.
save anyone, you loser.
It's funny though, like with this game, because you try to save everybody, but at the end, it's pointless because
Everyone
Only a
dies.
couple- yeah, exactly.
5.
So you're like, yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No,
We're not doing We've
I'm
already
kidding.
done this. This is supposed to be for the people who have already played. Though if we want to spoil Halo Infinite already.
Do we do it?
Yeah.
I don't think they're ready to know about George coming back.
Gosh.
No.
Aaron was really excited about that one. I can't believe he's kept his mouth shut.
Yeah, I know.
They brought him back really good, though,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Oh my
who would've
god, we're
thought
gonna get
that?
crushed! What are you doing?
We're
Who would
good.
have thought that Johnson saved him?
Robo Johnson, yeah, Mecha Johnson.
Mecha Johnson.
Yeah.
I
I'd
didn't think
actually-
Mecha Johnson would be real.
I'd actually be okay with AI Johnson. If they took
Oh
like
my
his
god, they took his brain.
his conscience, his consciousness.
He blew
and
up
just
in
kinda-
Halo 3 though. But Master Chief carried Johnson's skull throughout the Warthog run.
That was
Yeah,
the
we-
skull, right? When you pick
We
Yeah,
it up.
missed.
yeah.
Yeah. We missed the whole punching into a skull like he does with keys.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
just cut that
ooh.
bit out.
What
What
is
is
going
happening?
on?
Smash it.
You're
Smash
just
it.
phasing through
I
the
know
ship,
they
you know.
cloned Johnson, and then they used
Oh.
his DNA. That's what happens.
Ah,
Or
that's it.
explain.
Those
I gotta
were
say
the,
that.
those
but
were
they
the
just
cryo
cloned his
jars
brain.
that Halsey wanted to get from Reach in that one book.
Right.
It was Johnson's
Yeah.
extra brains.
Executive Johnson.
Yeah. That's why they went to Reach and Shadows of Reach.
Yeah, that's exactly true.
That's-
So
Get Johnson's
many
brain.
dropships.
Yeah, I don't remember there being that many dropships.
Yeah. Did they add some for co-op?
Did
don't know.
did any of you go up and
Oh,
see the Marines?
Yeah, I did. All right.
Okay, alright.
David
I
did.
triggered.
I was gonna say maybe that
You
is
triggered
what
them?
happened. Is you
Oh my
got
God.
Triggered.
They are so pissed right now.
It's crazy. The Jackal shield can hold back the Gatling gun on the Warthog. Yeah.
There's a guy sniping him as well. All right, there's gotta get in.
Jackal just grabs a shield and takes on a scare blast.
Honestly,
Oh,
I
boy.
think I would be triggered if I saw Master Chief too. Because if you see Master Chief, good shit's not happening, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Especially
true.
for the Covenant.
it's not good.
Gotta run.
As a Marine, you're in some deep shit. You have to actually do shit because Master Chief's around.
Yeah, you gotta protect yourself.
It's like
Go
when your
hide.
boss is in the office and you have to work extra hard to impress him.
Just like that. Come on.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here's the- Come on.
How many
Come on.
times you played
Yeah.
this mission, David?
Yeah,
A
David,
lot.
what the hell? I
A
thought you were
lot
an
of
expert.
times.
Ooh, do you go for the sniper right away?
I usually do.
We usually would
I
fight
actually have a
friends.
co-op partner that wants to drive, so that doesn't
Me- me-
happen very often. Most people are like, hell no.
No,
I have to say though, your guys' Warthog skills are pretty good. You haven't flipped once.
We're
David.
in sync. We're in perfect.
Yeah.
It's
And no one's gotten
absolute
bumped and
thing.
killed the other one. Accidentally run somebody over.
Oh yeah.
David,
Oh,
David
I
and I
came
have had a
real-
truce for quite a while.
My brother would run me over all the
Oh
time.
my god, I get so mad when people do that shit.
Well, it doesn't help with the CE Warthog where you're just like,
You just
A
touch
little
them and they're
tap.
dead.
yeah.
Oh, I might have wedged it under there. I need to get out of here. Alright.
Behind this tree.
Come on, Marines. Wake up. Wake up, wake up.
So this is another beam emitter, right? They're pretty close,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, they admit beams.
That's
Oh, they do.
holy shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, we do the deep dive lore here on Podcast Evolved.
Oh my god!
Beams are important.
See,
Aren't the
beams
beams like the
admit-
spokes of the wheel that make it have integrity?
Yes.
Or are these the things?
Potentially.
These are the things that the actual charge goes into the middle of the halo. Maybe that's what they are.
Maybe they're really close together then, if that's the case.
I mean,
Right.
you would need a bunch of them to all emit
Yeah,
at the same time, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
God, it's been so long since I had to
Hey,
even
those-
think about these things.
The mechanism for firing hasn't been studied too much. Because obviously,
Probably
if
was
you
good.
fire
You
it,
tend to fire Halo rings very often.
Yeah.
there's no one left to record the data after it's been fired.
Well, I guess Guilty Spark could have done it.
True. Be like, quick, set up a webcam so we know what happens after we're gone.
Yeah, once we're dead, please.
Yeah, for posterity that won't exist.
I guess technically you could set just one off, and then you'd be fine.
Oh, he almost
That's
flipped.
true.
Ooh,
Almost. Ooh,
Gotta
I
get
guess-
steady.
We're better than
Stay.
that.
Yeah.
I'm quitting once you flip this car. I'm quitting. I'm quitting podcasting.
Show's over.
Yeah. The whole
David's like,
show.
no backseat driving. I'm turning this warthog around.
So I have literally never done this mission in any other order other than what I've done now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is
That's
one of
just
me. This is
my
kind of what I
order.
do too.
Did the Pelican trigger? I didn't see it.
It did, yeah, we got some
Okay.
text.
Yeah, we just left.
Reports that the Covenant has located and
Ooh.
That is part of
Oh.
this mission. If you don't know what you're doing, you just wander around a lot.
You really do, yeah. And then you
True.
go to the same area over and over again. You're like, weird.
Mhm.
I'm
You're like, wait a minute.
oh, what am I
I was
doing?
here.
There's no objective waypoints or anything like that. It's just
They had those blinky lights though. Was that on the original graphics too?
Yeah.
I think
Go
they
here.
were. They were, yeah.
Yeah. All roads lead to a beam emitter. Either way.
It's
Pop
true.
out.
Just follow the beams.
Watch your back.
Hey, run.
I don't know, pop out. See if we get some dudes in here.
The biggest problem I have with this is that, like, oh, that was
Oh.
a grenade that didn't count.
There it is.
You survived?
Yeah.
Flippage.
This is heroic
Nice.
too. That's just how good we are.
I know. It's
We're
impressive.
just
I would have already been dead.
Very talented.
I would have already been dead. But you got the pistol with
Well,
you.
you guys
so
are
it's
setting the
not-
precedent. So first person to die buys
Oh
the
no,
buys a
now
round
it's gonna be
drinks.
like a competition. Shit. That's too much.
Just someone walk off now so we can get
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, it's true.
The pressure will
David
be
is
on.
cliff right there. Just walk off. It'd be fine.
Hugh Krysta just hiding for 20 minutes in the map.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really interesting because I'm the camera person, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know this rock looks different than it does.
Check out this
I
texture.
really need to look
Wow.
at just this part over here that we already cleared the enemies out of. It's really important.
Look at these
Have you
bodies.
gone underground yet, Krysta?
No, I haven't.
Alright.
Have you?
Yeah. Okay, no. I'm just in front of you.
That was a nice kill, David.
Thank you, thank you.
I was able to see it from Krista's perspective. That was a nice shot, by the way.
Thanks.
Ooh.
Snipey snipe.
Boom. I usually, if I get a snapshot, it's out of pure luck and I panic and I'm like, ah! I'm like, oh, I got him!
Oh, I did it!
Ooh. Alright. You wanna go in? Let's go in.
Tread lightly.
Oh, hi guys.
Oh!
Oh
Bye, guys.
my god.
The cavalry has arrived!
Gee.
There's one guy left. Wow.
I'm a bad person. It's okay though.
She's comfortable with it.
I'm comfortable.
Does-
Yeah, I'm comfortable being a bad person.
Does Halo keep track of how many Marines you've killed?
I wish.
I would be good.
Oh boy.
There's definitely a limit because they turn on you once you reach it.
Yes, yes. Or if you blow Keys' head off in the first episode
That
mission,
too.
they're like, and they are unkillable.
Yeah, they're like Uber Marines.
Yeah, I'm like, where the hell were you guys when I was fighting the Covenant?
300 kilometers up there.
There's the ringy. There's the pelicany.
Oh, hammer.
She back.
So infinite spoiler, but Brohammer is related to Foehammer.
What?
Yeah, their name's the same.
Yeah,
Hammer.
exactly. Their last names are Hammer.
There's our
Are you
ride.
taking
Oh,
a
bro.
warthog with
Let's get
you,
out of here.
David?
Yeah, why would we leave it here?
Oh, okay.
Hook it up.
Click
I've
on the
always wondered
magnets.
that, like, from a military perspective, they wouldn't leave that, especially if they're low on.
Yeah, they would hook
No.
that baby up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. In lore.
Boom.
Nice work.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Let me
no
get the
one
unique-
died.
And no one died. We are professionals.
I
we
was for
suck at
sure thought I would die a
multiplayer, but
few
we
times.
know our way around the regular Halo. Come on.
All right, guys, let's break it down. Nice work. No deaths.
Ooh.
Very nice. But you've played this mission a lot, so it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be hard to detach yourself from that a little bit. You guys blazed through the mission. You know what you're doing, obviously. But
Professional, right?
you are professionals, professional Halo players. Talk about the gameplay overall. So we're playing these missions all in order of release. So the gameplay is going to build off of itself, right, over time. So we're going to play a few missions from CE, and then on to 2, and so on and so forth. But this gameplay, how did this feel? I guess not having experienced any of the games prior to it. David, talk about kind of like running around, shooting your enemies. The vehicle.
The gameplay is pretty standard to this in this mission. Like the only thing it really introduces is the vehicle combat, and then that's obviously a little bit controversial because the controls of that are like they weren't easy day one. They weren't as intuitive. I know that just is the way Warhogs control now. So like a Halo player is going to be pretty comfortable with Warhogs, but like
right.
I was definitely the player. I know Krysta mentioned it during the gameplay of like she wouldn't have the driver. I was always the one relegated to the driver because no one else wanted to do it. So that's just like I've always just like leaned towards being a driver of Warthogs.
Okay.
And it is fun once you get it. Once you get the kind of twin stick controls, it is actually fun.
Yeah. But it is a frustration point, a valid frustration point.
Other than that, I do like the gameplay of this to give you nice open spaces. There's lots of weapons dropped around for you, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I give him a 7. I give him a 7.
7 on gameplay here. Okay, and so we're going to come to a consensus on each category. Just as a reminder to everybody, we'll kind of give our general thoughts, and then we'll decide on what number we're giving it. Krysta, any additional insight or anything on the gameplay?
This game was more about the setting than it really was about the gameplay or this mission.
Yeah.
So I think it's appropriate. I think a 7 because this is obviously not a gameplay focused mission. This is like setting up everything else that's about to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Matt, any other thoughts?
I think the Warthog. That's funny though, David. You mentioned that you were relegated to drive. I wasn't allowed to drive. They won't let me drive.
You didn't have your driver's license.
When we played, it was like, no, Matt, you're not behind the Warthog. Nope. You just get the side seat. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the side seat. But I think
side seat's the worst.
Yeah, it's the death spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even let you have the
you're
gunner
gonna
position. Oh, Matt, that's real sad.
Way out here. Yeah, I think I agree with you guys. I think the focus of this mission is definitely more on setting things up than the actual gameplay. I think the driving mechanic it's a bit touchy, especially like I mentioned earlier. You could kill someone really quick just by tapping them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a drawback, and I think that's kind of more of, speaking of CE's Warthog as a whole. But yeah, I say 7. 7 sounds good. I still have a lot of love for this mission and a lot of the love.
Yeah,
for
I mean it's good. I mean 7's
game.
still above average, right? It's
Yeah.
still a good mission, fun to play. Lots of different encounters, lots of different drop ships. We'll talk about difficulty in a separate category, but I'm comfortable with 7 for this mission. Yeah. I think this next category is going to be the big one, is level design. Like this is
Nice.
such a wide open space for one. You have the Halo. I guess level design. We probably need to think for CE. Is it some sort of combination between the remaster and the original? I don't know how we want to tackle that, but Krysta,
The
anything?
fundamental design hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but like the box, skybox, and the graphics. Obviously,
Okay,
I feel like that
Well,
all
when it comes
plays
to
into the
graphics,
level
I think
design.
we have to think about the newer graphics. But as we can all remember, when this game first came out, the graphics were very intuitive and they were way ahead of their time.
Mm-hmm.
So even looking back then, like the skybox was amazing when it came out, and with the remastered graphics, it's still amazing.
Well, there's people that also prefer the original graphics because they are darker and grittier, right? And then when they remastered it, it's a lot brighter. And they had their reasons for doing that. But any other thoughts on just kind of overall level design, Krista? Was it interesting to drive around in this mission?
There's something just so incredible about stepping foot on the Halo for the first time. I think everyone can kind of remember their experience of, watching the horizon swoop up into the sky. So I think this mission is really more focused on that than anything else, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just about, like, this is the Halo. This is the alien world you're at. That's, like, kind of familiar. I mean, it's very similar to Earth, but it's not. It's very alien, but very familiar. The horizon's doing some crazy shit. We don't know what's going on there. And then you're just kind of trying to figure out, well, we've crash landed on this object. Let's get as many people together as we can and then just figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
It sells a level of grandeur too with it. It has this kind of moment where you're like, this is something new, something different. It has it has that kind of like feeling that you're on something that's so much.
It has a wow
bigger.
factor to it.
It does,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yeah. Which is what they were going for. I feel like they nailed it. I mean, what keeps this from being a 10, like this level design?
It is
It
pretty.
gets repetitive at the end, I think,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Okay.
It is.
I think 10 is like, we can't just hand out the 10s. Come on, this is the first episode.
It's a good mission.
It's a good mission, but is it perfect? Because that's what
There's
10
better
is.
ones in C, I think. Better mission
I
design.
think it's that
missions.
Cortana line that it just cannot obtain a 10 because of that Cortana line. Dave's not enough
Holding it back.
information. You know what? Point off for that immediately.
Oh, poor Cortana.
I'm comfortable with 9. If
Yeah,
there
9's
are
good.
any objectives? Okay, all right. So on to difficulty now. Co-op is different, especially with experienced players, even on heroic. It didn't seem like you guys had much of an issue, but they threw a lot of enemies at you, and I feel like enemy encounters are all captured into this difficulty category as well. So any thoughts, David, on the difficulty of this mission?
It's not a particularly difficult mission. You're mostly just fighting waves of enemies in various stages, and this game kind of does scale that with the actual difficulty number of waves. But it's as you said, it's co-op. It's obviously going to make the game an easier experience. But C does anyway. It doesn't ramp or scale anyway the way I know Halo 2 and stuff like that would really punish you for playing co-op and having like co-op deaths and stuff. So it's on the easier side for sure. That this game is, especially on co-op.
Okay.
What I say? Other than that, I mean,
so like,
the
is
fact
it
that
a
it's not
5 because of that? Is it
Yeah, I
6
guess.
because of that?
6.
yeah.
Okay.
Because like
Yeah,
the difficulty
I would
in this
say-
level is traversal, right? Just
Yeah,
figuring out where you're
traversal and
supposed to
navigating.
go.
Yeah.
It's not.
And
super
that's
clear.
right. And that, I guess, some of that is by design, right? They want to give you some freedom and try to figure it out for yourself. So some of that they've packed that into the mission on purpose, but it can also be a frustration point, right?
Yeah, I
It's
kind
be
of
a drawback.
appreciate that it doesn't hold your hand in this mission. It kind of lets you out on this ring, and you kind of have to figure it out instead of like go here, go here, go here, go here.
Right.
Fair enough.
Okay. I mean, I'm comfortable with 6. I don't think I'd want to drop it any lower than that.
No,
It's
because
a fair difficulty for the second mission of a game where you're
Right.
finally like out in the open and able to do stuff.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Last category is storytelling. This is a big one for this mission because you're on the ring, right? And there's some dialogue here and there, a couple little tiny cutscenes, but and the environment does a good job of doing the storytelling as well. Any thoughts on
the
that, Krista?
environment does the heavy work.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a positive that they don't really have to waste words?
Yes, I think this mission sets up the mystery, right? Like Halo CE is all about the mystery of what the hell is this thing and what is it doing here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the presenting the mystery to you. And instead of saying, "Oh, there's a giant ring and you gotta figure it out," it's just like they just put you on the ring and you're just looking around, like forming your own questions in your head, and you know, yeah, I think it's good. I think the story.
This is like
good.
the beginning of the crime scene. You're just kind of looking at everything and trying to figure out exactly.
Well, and you're trying to find your
that.
Marines. You have an objective. Like you're trying to regroup and figure out what's going on, and so I think the environment does a lot of the heavy lifting. But there is a story to this mission. There's a little bit like the Covenant are attacking people. Let's make sure that we get our people as soon as we can.
And all like the in-game dialogue I found in this mission really interesting because you don't know anything yet in terms of like the Halo kind of story. So like everything Cortana's saying is just so fascinating. Of like she's hacking the Covenant Battle.net. She's like translating. She's understanding everything. She finds out where Keys is. They're establishing a base, there's alpha base. Like we didn't know what that was for a long time. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like, oh, what is this place? Where are we going? You have this Pelican picking up Marines. It's just like it felt really cool. Like you were just getting your bearings on this ring, and it really did. I thought the story was, even though like back then it's not a crazy ass story.
Sure.
But I liked what they told and the way they told it in this mission.
I think there's also a really cool level of camaraderie that you feel with the Marines. You know, I think that you feel this moment of like Krysta was saying, like regrouping.
If you're not
except for like
Krysta.
if you're not Krysta, who's butchering them, but there is this kind of feeling that you're regrouping and you really feel a part of the military in that aspect.
Like with the banter, and I mean, you see the Marines that died. Again, not the ones that Krysta killed, but you see the ones that died from the drop pod.
Die too.
Well, they also did. But then there's a bunch of them around. Like there's a lot of Marines in this mission, right?
Yeah,
like you're trying to rally the troops, right? Like let's go and save these guys.
It feels really cool that like when you're playing solo and like you get the Warhog and then like there's the Johnson character is like, we need volunteers, step up, and like two dudes come out of the kind of group and just kind of jump into the car with you. I'm like, that was such a cool moment, and that really does build the kind of like, oh yeah, we got a team here.
The other thing that they pulled in with the Marines, and this is just a comment on CE in general, is like the Marines are like having fun, right? Because if you had a Marine on your turret, like they're like going woohoo, right? Like they're cheering.
Yeah.
And so that part is fun as well, and that makes you it just endears yourself to the Marines that you're running around saving. And it also sets saving the Marines here sets up why there are Marines in other missions, right? Like they didn't all die. There were more pods. You can see it in that one cutscene. They're like, oh, there's one over there and there's one over there. So let's go save them. Is there anything that keeps this storytelling from being a 10? Is it like the cutscenes are just kind of
simple? You know, it is just simple. To be honest.
This level doesn't have any high level storytelling.
Sure. But like we talked about a lot of things, though, like a lot of the dialogue, the environment, the storytelling. So is this a 9 or is it an 8?
8.
I would say 8. Yeah, I wouldn't go as high as a 9.
Okay.
As simple as
very
it
simple.
is.
Like all of the stuff that's actually pointed out is very simple. Like
it's
the cave,
it's a building block.
We need to find people, and like it's not anything that's gonna get your brain rack your brain or anything like that, right?
Exactly. It's a building block that what CE does so well with its storytelling is it builds on each kind of moment. And so when you get to those reveals, they're that much more impactful. But it's not saying that this part of the story isn't important. It is. It's just it doesn't have like the juicier elements to it. You know,
it sets the stage.
You don't have.
This is a mission that just sets the stage. Like this is the stage. This is where everything's going to play out from now on.
Yeah, exactly. You begin in that crime scene.
Okay, well, let's do 8 then. So gameplay 7, level design 9, difficulty 6, and storytelling 8. If you average those together, you get a 7.5.
Ooh,
not too bad.
I think
that's a good start.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that for the first mission. I like it.
And remember, these are the top 20 missions that we're going over. It's not saying that compared to everything else, this is a 7. We're just going off
Yeah.
of the best. This is the best of the best.
Mhm.
We're ranking the best
Yeah.
of the best.
Well, and that so we're not locked into 7.5. Like we'll have a discussion at the very end of the series, and this mission could be ranked at the end of the ranking. This could be ranked higher than a mission that we gave an 8, right?
Yeah.
Like after we have that discussion.
When you look at it in context with the other ones, you could be, well, I think we didn't rate this one as high as we should have, or we rated
Right.
it too high.
Yeah, this just kind of gives
Yeah.
us a baseline to look at everything together. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been fun. That'll do it for our 20 for 20 coverage of Halo from Halo Combat Evolved. And the next episode, we'll be covering Silent Cartographer.
Woo!
That's right. It made the list. Don't forget to post your comment or on the video, like the video, or subscribe. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, Evolved.
Evolve.
Evolved.
Evolve.